because they think you're a fraud too. The people who come to you for your light never have a problem with it when they first come around you. They like it, they enjoy it, it's wonderful. It becomes a problem when it's consistent, when they realize this is actually your fabric, this is actually who you are, that you're not putting on airs, that you're not a certain way in front of certain people, that you are continuously a light-filled person. Then, whether it's subconscious or conscious, they become enraged because they recognize deficits within themselves to where I have to perform this, but this person actually is this. So, in an effort to feel better about themselves, getting rid of you is ideal. So, if they can make you stoop down to their level, if they can dim your light a little bit, if they can shift your energy, that makes them feel better about themselves. And now you're on a level with them, so they feel good about themselves again. It has nothing to do with you. Run, run. Leave those people where they are and go be great.
We are live walking through the Matrix. This is all a simulation. Most of these people don't even know that they're background players. Hello, fellas. Anyways, this is Grand Theft Auto. This is the Truman Show. And what a beautiful time to be alive, because we're going to crack the code.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Not knowing who's who, you can't tell. Remember, I just did a video and said certain individuals was sent to throw your ass off, to stop your progress, to hinder your flow. A lot of us been sleeping with the enemy and didn't even realize it. I tell you one thing, you better figure out how to break free, because when shit hit the fan, it's going to be you or them. Like, at this point, you can't trust nobody. That's why a lot of you being controlled by sex, you're doing yourself a disservice. Sex gonna have you vibrating at a low frequency. Eating all types of poisons gonna have you vibrating at a low frequency. The crazy part is they know you better than you do. They know what you like, so they know who to send. They know what you don't like, so they know what not to send.
They keeping you distracted and drained.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about. Not knowing who's...
Watch to the end.
All they do that's when the sisters find out, don't nobody give a fuck about them.
Yeah, CJ Samuels, nursing home nurses. You're right. Like, they do. Wow. Anyway, I just hope that it doesn't... it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a nightmare.
When sisters go to the hospital, they find out, oh, I'm black.
Yeah. Oh, they doing bad.
They let me drag my baby daddy through the court system, and they let me do this, and I get to say, oh, black women. When you go to the hospital, you find out you are a black woman and you need help. And that's when you find out they don't fuck with you for real. That's when they take your baby, soon as it's born, act like they watching it all, give him one of them shots, and give it back to you. Can I say this real quick?
Sure.
Don't have a baby in the hospital, black women. Learn how to have a baby at home. Do not let them touch your baby. Don't let them cut that thing until it was supposed to be cut. The whatever's the shit that come out that the baby connected to, the little adapter switch.
The umbilical cord?
All that shit. That's the adapter. You don't let them cut that shit until it's supposed to be cut.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you have a baby in the hospital, they give it a shot full of that shit.
They say some people eat it.
Some people eat it.
Sound like you said hum.
What you talking about, some Arkansas shit?
Did you say umbilical? Sound like you
umbilical.
Okay, I thought he said hum. I was like, umbilical.
He said a hummus cord.
The placenta, yeah. Some people eat that placenta. You know what I'm saying?
Or they save it. People are saving it.
So peace to all the guys and the goddesses of Planet Kai. So to fully understand that they're testing our frequencies or why they're doing it, because I'm going to tell you how they're doing it, but I'm also going to tell you why they're doing it. You have to go watch my video on the moon talking about it's not real. Because ever since the 1950s, they started soul harvesting. So everybody that's died since the 1950s has just come back. You know what I'm saying? If you died after the 1950s, you were just right back here. You ain't go nowhere else. You were right back here. So by them doing that, they know that everybody that's born is a soul that was already here. And the gods and goddesses, we have green veins. We have gamma radiation within us. And they do these things to find out who you are, who your soul is. You know what I'm saying? Because some of us in our past lives was gangsters against this system, bro. We was real rebels against the system, bro. And they need to know if that's you. You know what I'm saying? And I've had plenty of children, so I know how it works. When they take the baby out of the mom, they take the baby to that little, you know what I'm saying, that little bassinet thing. They prick the baby for some blood, then and there, and then wrap the baby up. Because we've all seen babies come out and they're not crying. But then once the people take them over to that thing and they prick them, then the baby start crying. So right there, they're testing the blood to see what bloodline you come from. And haven't y'all noticed They already took some of the blood. So when you get back to your room, they come back to your room and like, oh yeah, we're going to take the baby to the back so the mom can get some rest. And you sitting there like, bro, the mom is here and the dad is here. So the mom can rest while the dad watch the child. So what are you talking about? They're going to use every excuse they can to take the child to the back. And remember, they call dark matter antimatter. All right. So they are testing, we are dark matter beings. So they're testing your dark matter. They are testing to check your frequency because your soul has a base frequency. And it always is a high vibrating frequency. We have the power of free will, so we choose whether we are going to match that frequency of our soul or vibrate lower. So them testing your frequency and testing the energy within you, testing your blood, they not only know your bloodline, your ancient bloodline, but now they know who you were in this past life. Your levels are going to determine how easily manipulated that you will be in this matrix. So some of us have some high ass levels. And that showed them, oh shit, hold up. We're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to make sure we go double time on this mug because this matrix is not going to be enough. Their levels are too high. They are going, we know they're going to break out the matrix. So now they know what they have to do to keep you from waking up. Because the ones with high ass levels, they put people all around you to watch you your whole life, whether it's friends, family, substitute teachers. You know what I'm saying? I know there's people out here because I was one of them. From middle school to high school, you always have the same exact substitute teachers. I had the same principal from middle school to high school, 2 different schools. How did you come to my school? I might talk more about this on live or YouTube because the videos can be longer, but I hope that gave you a little bit of insight. Peace to all the guys and the goddesses of Planet Cop.
What people don't tell you about this spirituality shit is that it gets lonely. And I'm not talking about lonely as in, oh my gosh, I had all these friends and now I don't. I'm talking about lonely as you don't even got the same mindset you used to have. You don't got the same habits you used to have. You don't got the same people around you that you used to have. You don't even do the same shit you used to want to do. My hobbies changed. Instead of trying to go out and smoke a little something, I'm trying to paint. Paint. And ain't nothing wrong with paint. I actually love doing it now. But at the same time, I'm a whole new person from the person that I literally just was 6 months ago. And even in the person that I am now, I'm still changing. The only constant thing is change. But change is lonely. And loneliness is even lonelier when you're spiritual. Because not only do you now have to find people that align with you, but you have to find people that align with your energy and your soul. I'm literally screaming at a phone, hoping to find my people. If you are out there and you are my people, besides my followers, because baby, I love my followers. They my people, I'm their people, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to join the community, come on, baby. We need some fresh faces, new places, new hobbies and habits. Because I've been trying to be more self-disciplined and it's only working a little bit. I need people that's going to hold me accountable. Real people. All right, y'all. That's all I got to say. I think I'm going to get off this app for now. Bye, y'all.
Did you know that everybody doesn't have a voice in their head? You know how when you read something in your head and you can hear yourself in your head reading what you're reading in your head and you don't have to say it out loud? There's people who don't do that. There's people who can't do that. There's people who do not have an internal monologue. Let's get into it.
Alright, so I found out a few days ago that not everyone has the ability to speak in their brain, and the first person that I asked if they could do it was her, and turns out she can't. So I asked a bunch of people to ask me questions so I could ask her so she could try to make light of this wild situation. So like if you look, like I could look at myself in the mirror, talk in my head without opening my mouth. You physically can't do that. No. And what would happen if you tried to do that?
I have tried to do that since learning that an internal monologue exists, and I end up speaking out loud to myself. So most of my conversations are out loud.
I feel like this information to the people that can think in their head is a lot more like exciting news. I've talked to a few people that can't do this, and they seem less enthused as the people that do have this internal monologue.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm very confused as to why people are so perplexed.
All right, so the probably most requested question was, how do you read? Like, when I read, I hear the words in my head. I don't know how you could possibly read without not hearing the words.
When I read, I can see the sentence structure. Like in my head, every sentence has a shape, so you can see like the shape of the sentence. And then also like keywords will pop out and I can file those away into my like concept map. So at the end of reading something, I can have a concept map of the main topics that I read about. And I tend to move my lips when I read. So like essentially I'm saying it out loud, but it's just not like audible.
So do you visualize the setting when you're reading a book?
No, it's not like images. It's just the words.
So do you like reading like fiction books, like where you have to put yourself in a situation?
I never really enjoyed reading. And I think maybe that's why. Like I can see the story plot.
Are you a fast reader?
Yes, very fast reader.
All right, we could have a 100-question test. She's done when I'm on question 12. I'm not even kidding. It is superhuman. It's not fair. How do you know what you're thinking if there's no words?
Because I can see it.
I think that's why this whole thing is going viral, is because people like me can't understand how you get through a day without talking to yourself.
I don't know. I just feel like the information is in there, and I can pull it forward if I want it. Like it's all just like it's like files. There's categories of information in my head, and I can pull them to the front if I need them. But
I feel like I could do that. Like if I'm studying, I could like pull things out. But just like if I'm sitting and like I have a thought, or someone is like walking by and I have a thought about that person, I'm like talking to myself about that. Does that not happen to you?
no. If I have a thought, normally I say it out loud.
I can't do this. Do you daydream often?
No, never. Hardly ever. I can't think of a time that I've daydreamed, I don't think.
Do you dream at night?
Yes.
And are they normal dreams? Do you hear dialogue in those dreams?
I don't think so, actually.
Do you enjoy being alone? I like this question.
You guys, let me know if you guys want a part 2. The video was like 10 minutes long, either or. I thought it was very interesting that she doesn't even have a monologue when she dreams. Let me know if this happens to you, if you're one of these people, because I want to get to the bottom of this. I want to do like more research on this.
If you know, you know. Wait, celebrity skin suits.
Fred Savage?
I'm also Tony Danza, Cameron Manheim, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Kevin Nealon, John Forsythe, and Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich.
Call it bizarre, kinda disturbing, and a little freakish. Emma peels away a latex mask and bust to reveal the Sophia. Just can't help but wonder what's going on.
Alright, now that had to be CGI. Where's the hair?
Wait a minute. There is definitely something different about the two of you. Collagen, 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 collagen.
See that? This one, you can see this one clear as day. Clear as day. Okay?
Wait, isn't that the same Tyler Perry who literally wears skin suits and acts as other characters?
If you listen to the voice on Tyler Perry speak when he speaks, you will clearly hear Will Smith.
She was so happy to have that. It's very sentimental for me, and we do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows. I've been totally computer generated since like the 90s. We do a lot of shooting down here for a lot of the shows. It's 2019, y'all. Nothing's real.
That's a costume. That's a costume. That's a costume.
I don't know how we expect to go to the movies.
Collagen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Michael Jackson. Like, how the hell are we going to actually go to the movies? He has his disguise on, you know.
So at this point now, I'm tripped out because I'm like,
That's Michael.
Saw Mike just change and turn into a whole nother person. Like, he was a king of disguises. Like, this nigga could have been standing next to you the whole time. You would not even know it was Mike.
That disguise to him was the burn victim.
And Dave, yes, that's his name.
To his Encino house. I think I was at the Encino house. Hello all, this is Dave. How are you? I want to thank each and every one of you for your overwhelming support. May God bless you. I love you. Good night. Thank you very much for all of your support, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.
That's a costume.
Well, that's a lot to unpack. I'm not saying I believe all this, it's just a theory, right?
To the beautiful deity, I'm neither right nor wrong, you know what I'm saying? I just use logic. Let's get right into it. So with shrooms, a lot of people don't realize that this is the biggest cheat code in life. When I say cheat code, you'll be able to unlock the God within you that you always knew you had, but you weren't conscious about it. Once you take this, then you will understand how powerful you really are. So from my experience, the first time I did it, I took 6 grams, and God can strike me down with lightning. And mind you, this is fungi. So once the fungi is digesting in your solar plexus, then you will understand the high that this has within your body. And I call this high an elevator, because there are times where you get high and you be like, damn, how high can I really get? And you keep going up in elevation, in an aura, in an enlightened consciousness. So now once you have a spiritual awakening, you will realize this body, this vessel, you are way more than that. And you will understand that you are a spiritual being. And you will see that everything around you is alive. Everything is energy. So when you see grass outside, you will look at the grass and be like, bro, the grass is breathing. You will look at the walls. You will look at trees. You'll be like, bro, this shit is alive. This is you. This is me. When you look at the sky, your higher self will even ask you, bro, you've been breathing in this shit your whole life. You ain't realize it. You were never conscious about the air that you breathe, because the oxygen is so toxic. This is why you age on this planet. And mind you, you will see things and you will confront these demons that you've been trying to hide. So therefore, if you have a bad trip on shrooms, that is because you were not ready. It is not your time. You have to do shadow work. So don't sit here and just think you better have the best trip in your life. No, you need to have shadow work, and you need to confront your trauma, and you need to understand who you really are before you even take the biggest cheat code in your life. That's exactly why niggas who have baby nuts, they will come under my comments and they will make fun of me. They will say I'm stupid. They will laugh. But that's the thing though, they never had a spiritual awakening, because once again, I'm neither right nor wrong. On top of that, another dose I done had was 14 grams. I done took 7, 14. When I took 14 in one day, this is when I realized, like, oh shit. This is when I had to escape from Earth. Therefore, the life I thought I knew was not what I knew. This is when I confronted the fact that my ego is Satan. My ego was conscious that I was conscious of my ego. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it again. My ego was conscious that I was conscious of my ego. So therefore, my lower self got scared of my higher self. But this is where I found balance. I found the neither right nor wrong. I contradicted my own self. And all you're doing, you're rewiring the pathways in your brain that been asleep your whole life. And mind you, if you take these, you can really understand the fact that beings exist. Your mind will really be able to see, like, oh shit, niggas is camouflaging and wearing masks pretending to be human.